Sopranos season 5, episode 10, called Cold Cuts. This is the episode to continue the friendship theme where Tony B and Christopher go to one of their uncle's farm to kind of like undig some dead bodies there because they're selling the farm over. So it's showing that how Christopher and Tony B get along when they're together, but then when Tony B shows up, it's almost like third treats a crowd and they kind of gang up on Christopher. And they kind of make fun of him, and Christopher can't do anything about it because he's younger, and those guys have more charm, whatever you want to call it. So Christopher like leaves the farm in tears. Where it's like these guys, it's sort of like a common thing. It's almost like they're high school kids, where it's like you get along with a friend, and then like you're good with them, and then all of a sudden another friend shows up, and all of a sudden they team up to take you down, kind of a thing. So it's sort of like one of those common things. It's also an episode about temper and Tony and his temper. And like how he can't control his temper, and he kind of beats up on one of the workers at the Bing, and this guy he's been getting beat up for years, and finally he has enough and like kind of leaves the Bing because Tony's been using him as a punching bag. And then showing that Janice gets in the whole soccer fight with her stepdaughter, and like Janice controlling her temper, and like basically Tony sitting at the table then realizing Janice is kind of coming to terms with her temper, and he can't have it, so basically he just like pushes Janice to the brink and kind of leaves the neighborhood like walking away like kind of the biggest fucking douchebag of all time, because if he can't control his temper, then Janice won't control his temper. So it's basically about like just being a bully, and like it's about temper and bullies. This episode's about where it's like as an individual we're all be okay, but then it's sort of like when you go into clans and you meet up with somebody, you kind of could be a douchebag and not a good friend, which sets up the theme of the season. That's my review.